Hey, my name is Curtis Kloc. I am the owner of Inspections Over Coffee Franchising. I also own a local franchise that I started in January of last year, 2021. And this video is for franchise consultants, and I want to introduce the brand to you. Now, there's a lot here. There's a lot going on. This is by no means going to be all of it. I'm hopefully just going to whet your appetite. I'm imagining you're going to have some awesome candidates for us to chat with. This is not your father's home inspection brand. I can promise you that. Let's start with the name, Inspections Over Coffee. We did a rebrand right in the middle of COVID because we had our old name was trademarked and it was okay, but it had the word hero in it. And basically we just wanted something that nobody ever thought of, something totally trademarkable, something that helped with marketing. We also knew that the real estate world is about 80% females, and we wanted something that was a little softer touch. We wanted something more that spoke to the women of the real estate world, so it was a little more friendly. No more big trucks, no mansplaining, none of that stuff. And the idea was women go to certain things, and my design team is all women, and they have problems at the car dealership with the way people talk to them, and going to get the oil changed. And we were just trying to move away from that kind of mindset. So the Over Coffee idea is a little more friendly. We're there to talk with you and your clients, not at you, down to you, or around you. One of the stories, my head design lady, she owns her own condo. Her fiance moves in with her. She hires an appliance tech to work on something with the dishwasher. And basically, the guy's doing this the whole time, trying to talk to her now husband in the corner who's doing his own work. And she goes, "Hey, my condo, my money, I hired you, my dishwasher, please, address me." And so we just always played on that. It's got such huge marketing legs with the whole coffee thing, which I'll show you here in a second. But we could take coffee mugs to realtors, real estate offices. We actually deliver coffee. We have coffee on site for the inspection. It's really cool. I'm going to kind of start with the end in mind here. So I sold my business in Denver and moved to Phoenix. And it was the middle of COVID. I didn't know anybody. I couldn't meet with anybody. There's no networking meetings. There's no sales meetings. There's nothing in person. My first year here, January of last year, whole calendar year, this is the total revenue we did first year. Now, your average home inspector, if you look, half of them don't even make it to like their third year in business. They fail out because they don't have the whole business side of things. And the ones that do make it usually average $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a year. There's usually like less than 5 companies in any given metropolitan that do more than $500,000 a year. So this is my first year, again, in the middle of a pandemic. And so far this year, already 144,000, about halfway through. We just had someone start up right next door to me, also in the Phoenix area. His first month was May. He did 7,000 in revenue. And then last month, we had a little dip, with the interest rates, everything that's going on. If you're watching this, it's July of 2022. So we did 4,300 last month. Now, what's possible? Our Denver business, this was last month. This was June, 127,000. May, 164,000. So what's that mean for the year? They're already at 800,000. Last year, 1.55 million, 1.1 million. Now here's what's cool. The newest franchisee gets all of the systems and trainings and everything that's necessary, and actually more so because we've developed it over years. We didn't even have all the things that I'm going to show you today when we first started this business back in 2016. So just to give you an idea of what we did when we started, 221 our first year, 378 our second year, 520 our third year, 783, 1.1. This is when I sold it, 800 so far for this year. How do we do that? All of the systems are built out. I'm going to just go to writing a report. Although this is on my iPad connected to the TV, we have completely rebuilt the software templates in order to facilitate getting a house done in under 2 hours. So we're twice as thorough, and we end up twice as good of a report in half the time. Okay, so we actually do this on our phone, not on iPads. And so it looks identical though, right? And what you have is you have each little section, and then the roof section, we have snapshots, the SOP, limitations, water removal. Then we can add if there's different types of roofs. So depending on what part of the country you might be living in, metal roofs, concrete roofs, flat roofs, whatever the case may be. And then under each one of those things, we have some pre-built stuff that is good. And again, nobody else has this. They have a very vanilla, watered down version of this. If you compare our reports to everybody else's, theirs are like this, ours are like much more thorough. And then the issues. But here's the thing. Like if we were to talk about asphalt shingles, we don't we don't give like 15 different ways that the shingles can be deteriorated. They're just deteriorated, they need to be repaired or replaced. So we don't overthink that. And then what happens is, and again, all of this is pre-done. So you don't have to, our inspectors never write anything. You just check it and you add a photo or add a video. So what you end up with is this really nice report that's fully interactive, color coding, blue, orange, and red. And then when you go through here, we end up with videos, photos, all of this is pre-written, pre-done. We almost never write anything. Again, we do drone videos for the roofs, which again, I can't expand out because I'm connected through Bluetooth here. Thermal imaging, we use thermal cameras on every house. So we are just, again, I want to get you excited. We're miles ahead of what everyone else is doing, which is also why we grow so quickly. So one of the ways that we do that is on our website. If you were to come to our website, you'll notice that it's very different from home inspector websites. The first thing you see is that we actually have the ability to gather realtors info. So if somebody wants to download this expected problem based on your bill, they put their email and their name in it, their location, and then it will take them into, so they download our little PDF that basically breaks down known problems based on whenever the year the house was built. So if it was built in the 70s, so if the house is built in the 70s, you might be worried about maybe aluminum wiring. If it was older than that, galvanized piping, cloth wiring, Federal Pacific panels. And so when they walk into a 1975 house, 85 house, 45 house, they have the list of the known problems that we're looking for. And then again, our website is a little more fresh and clean. I'm gonna get into some more of this in a bit here. I actually took my local website and just webpage and changed it a little bit with sample reports. So you go in here, you can see all this stuff, unsolicited comments, Google reviews. Our pricing is hyper competitive. Everyone is set up to basically integrate their scheduling right in through the website. Was that there's a lot of stuff that you'll be able to repurpose for your potential candidates. Under franchise, we've actually got pre-built videos. These are lengthy, 30, 40-minute videos where just general small business training, if you want to start a small business, so any of your candidates would appreciate this. If they put their info in, it takes them to the next step, which is basically the inspections over coffee opportunity, which is right here, which again is a little bit kind of like this video where I talk about what we've created, all the systems, how it all works, the marketing, all that good stuff. Now, what isn't available to the public, but they can get access if they watch this video, is what we do is we do a digital discovery day. So you guys are all familiar with a discovery day, right? Well, there's some inherent cost to that. So before we have someone fly out, spend money on hotels and cars and all that kind of stuff, flights, we do a digital discovery day where I take a deep dive into our software, how we schedule jobs, how everything's fully automated on the back end, all of the emails that go out, all the reports that go out. We just do another 30, 40 minutes. Now, all of that is done because I was talking to a lot of candidates and I felt like I was doing all the talking. And I was just like, and they kind of, a lot of times they would just fall off. And I think the problem was, is we know in sales, people need to know that you care. Well, I was spending so much time talking and showing and explaining that I never really got deep enough in with the person to find out, about them and their goals and their wants. And by the time an hour or two was up, they want to learn everything they wanted to learn. And then I was like, oh, well, let me know about you. And then the meeting was over. So what I did is I took everything that I would normally want to share, just like this, as you can see, me talking, and basically now someone can learn everything they need to learn. And then when I talk to them, I'm just going to be able to spend time learning about them, caring about them, their goals, their family, their children, whatever the case may be. Now, that's not all, but wait, there's more. We've actually developed on the back end here stuff specific to our franchise. The same intro to inspections over coffee, how to start a franchise, and then home inspection business up there. And let me give you an example of what this is. So, home inspection business. What does it mean to deliver ancillary services? Which I'm going to talk about in a minute. What's the required training? How do you get clients? What's the licensing requirements? How do I write a report? Experiencing it. And again, these are all very general in nature to help someone understand the home inspection. I was interviewed on how to become a home inspector, picking a great inspection name. So then if we just talk about franchising, right, because you know how it is, you meet a candidate, they don't even understand franchising beyond knowing that that's what Subway and McDonald's is. A lot of people don't even understand that Subway doesn't understand what Subway, you guys know the deal, right? So I got all these FAQs for that. What are the responsibilities of a franchisee and a franchisor? What does it even mean, franchisee versus franchisor? What does the franchise fee cover? Let's see here. What kind of experience should you need? What's the pros and cons? I literally go into, if you're the kind of person who's independent, wants to create websites and flyers and logos and colors and all that, maybe a franchise is right for you. But if you want all of that done for you, way cheaper than you could afford to get it done on your own, then, and you're just a person that wants to execute, then a franchise might be right for you. There's a whole video on whether or not you can fail. Questions about the home services industry. Again, help versus doing it yourself. And helping people understand that our franchise model is everything beyond the license, right? Everybody, well, and by the way, it's the franchisor's fault, because that's what they do. They bring you in, they teach you how to have a job. That's what, my competitors do. That's not what we do. I'm going to show you here in a second what our training looks like. All of our training is everything beyond the license. We show you how to get the license. We show you how to pass the national exam, your state exam. We give you all the best practices there. They have to get the license for their state. There's nothing I can do to avoid that. But then that's when our business kicks in. That's when the franchise model kicks in, the marketing, how to set the business up, all the automation with the emails and the texts that go out, and the report writing and the reports and all of that. Top 10 things to watch out for in a home inspection franchise. So it's telling you that we're way more than your dad's home inspection company, right? Our inspection training is all of this. And again, this is assuming they got licensed. Like, let's be honest, whether you get a realtor license, a CPA license, a financial advisor, Series 7 license, it doesn't mean you know how to operate a business. We all know that, right? That's the whole point of a franchise model. So this section takes them through all of the sections of the home inspection report, like I told you about, and teaches them what to look for on site, and takes them through the whole template. We also have one full report that has every single template item, and literally if they just read that, they'll know everything that we ever have ever found. And the reality is, our inspectors never have to write anything. Everything is already in the report. They very rarely does anyone have to write anything up. Again, extra trainings, how we handle re-inspections. There's even a 90-minute video that follows me around doing a real home inspection, and how I get through and do the whole house in a super thorough way in 90 minutes. And again, so after they've done that, so then what they do is they just do a couple of practice houses, their own house, a friend's house, neighbor's house, family's house, whatever the case may be. And within 5 or 10, they're going to be rocking and rolling. They're going to be down under 3 hours for a house. And that includes delivering the report on site to the client, done, done, and done. I mean, again, when I do it, again, I'm the one that developed all this. This morning, I did a 3,000 square foot house with a pool. We had termite inspection, and it was all done in about an hour and 45 minutes, including the report being written in the client's hands. So, which is just, from how much money can you make and how much money can you make per hour. Now, we also have all those trainings for add-ons, trainings for solar power, trainings for pools, trainings for sewer scopes, trainings for mold, asbestos, lead paint. And again, this is not the training you might get from like the National Association of Certified Home Inspectors. This is a supplement to that. This is how you take that training they gave you and actually deliver all of the services to the clients. We have office training. So we teach them how to put new jobs in, how to take phone calls, how to set up automatic texts. And again, I have more of these coming, but these are real summaries of me with clients, basically going through the walkthrough summary at the end of the inspection. And then what they'll see is that I actually do the exact same thing every single time, and then we just talk about whatever we found in the house. Let's see.
Have you worked with us before?
Again, so someone will feel completely comfortable going out and doing their very first inspection once they've gone through all of this training. And I'm gonna get to like one really cool thing here in a second. This is sales and marketing training. So we talk about co-marketing, differentiating, how to do one-on-ones, how to do coffee meetings, there's actually even a video in here of an actual meeting that I did inside of a real estate office. So again, so they get to see that even me, who's been doing this, whatever, 16, 17, 18 years, I do the exact same thing over and over. New realtor, I'm putting on a show. They've never heard it before. I don't water it down. Now, and social media training. We have trainings for all the different platforms, Instagram, LinkedIn, and how to best use them. Now, this is not how to set up an account. What it is how to really get into the nitty-gritty of making things work. It's how to use your Instagram posts to count as business citations and business check-ins on your Google My Business page. How to get hundreds of business citations on your Google My Business page so that you can start to get found online. Now, here's why I get upset. Now, this is mold training. So some states require you to be mold licensed, mold certified. Again, that's great. They would have, a candidate would have to do that if they want to deliver mold services in states that require that. But what this is this goes way beyond that and how you actually deliver all that stuff when on site. You don't get to be a $1.6 million company by sort of winging it and like one person having to do all that. And so instead of a franchise owner, usually when I'm talking to somebody and I'm showing this training, I go, I know you're probably thinking, oh my God, this stuff's great. I'm going to learn everything. I'm going to know everything. Right. But you forget stuff, whatever. What I want you to think is as a business owner. So now when you bring a salesperson in, so as a business owner, when you bring a salesperson in, they go through the sales training. When you bring an inspector in, they go through the inspector training. And basically 90% of your difficult work, which is training new people to grow your business, is already done for you. You still have to be the business owner and hold them accountable, but they heard everything right from, from the person who developed it all. And so you get to hold them accountable to the things being done the right way, and they don't get watered down, and you're not on your 10th inspector, and the 10th inspector is just doing whatever they learned in their inspector school that talks about the inside of a water heater. They basically go through our entire training model. So again, just like any other franchise, your McDonald's, your Starbucks, the clients and the realtors on the other end know exactly what to expect, and they don't go, well, Bob's really great and Mary, she does her own thing and it's different, and some people like it, some people don't like it. We just don't ever have that issue. New franchisee learns all this stuff. Where are they going to get clients from? This is what I'm most excited about. I have developed over the last year or so dozens and dozens of training videos that all of our franchisees can use, like prep your clients, mold testing, problems based on year built. I'm going to go to the second one here. The newest franchise owner basically will have the expertise of someone like me who's done this 17, 18 years, and they have all of these videos. So let's just talk about asbestos, for example. Most franchise owners, we have the ability to teach them how to do asbestos, but in some states it's really difficult. But basically what you have here is you have a 13-minute video where I explain to people what asbestos is, where it comes from, why it's bad, how we look for it, how you test for it, what the EPA requirements are, and potentially what their state's requirement is. And so what happens is the newest franchise owner that just went through all this training, they would have learned all the talking points about asbestos. They don't have to memorize it. They can literally just take this and send this information to whatever realtor or client might be asking about it. So we've got, again, mold, roofs, fireplaces, garages, structural, water heater. And I'm always adding to these. Yesterday we added carbon monoxide. We added carbon monoxide and a trick, just a thing. But what this does is this gives them marketing chops, right? Our system allows for them to send out emails to a database of realtors. They have to buy the database of realtors. But basically, this gets them out as like a thought leader and content leader, providing education to the real estate world. We've set up CE classes. We've done all kinds of different things to help them get out to the market, become known, and start getting referrals. And again, all of that's covered in the sales and marketing section. So again, we have resources here for you under the franchise and basically leading them into understanding what the whole model looks like. But then we have all the resources built out for them here. We also have all of the marketing materials done. So we have a whole booth set up. So I'm really excited to get to work with you guys. It's my thought that I spent the last couple of years building the whole foundation for this, and now we're ready to hit the ground running. And every time I show this to somebody, they're like, man, people just need to see it. So I'm putting it in your hands. It's my baby. I'm really excited to get this out there and really have a huge impact on the real estate world and franchisees' lives, helping them grow bigger businesses than they ever could have imagined. And again, my name is Kurt. I'm happy to answer any questions. I probably showed you 10% of everything that we got going on. So I look forward to working with you. You actually, I'm not going to put some 800 number in here. I'm going to give you my personal cell phone number and my email. I actually would love to chat with you personally. If we're in the same town, I'm happy to meet up for a coffee or a beer. I'm excited for the consultancy world to take what we've built and share it with their candidates. So I look forward to working with you, and have a great day.